Off the drive-away price. Terms and conditions apply. See your Jeep dealer for details. This is FiveAA Breakfast.
Yes, indeed. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is 6:35. It's Friday, the 28th of August. I hope you're going to have a good day and a good weekend as well. Certainly looking forward to it as far as the footy is concerned. Another killing, and again, the killer was on bail. Pembo will have his say in around 15 minutes.
Yeah, they told us that this had been fixed up after Adrian Dean Bailey killed Jill Maher, but it appears that is not the case. It's time now to jump across the beautiful Tasman Sea to talk to our good friend Selwyn Manning, the editor of eveningreport.nz. Selwyn, g'day mate, how are you going? Selwyn...
Yes, he is indeed.
Sorry, Selwyn, how are you, mate?
Yeah, pretty good. Got a voice back now.
That's good. Hey, so this is a really interesting story. I didn't actually know that there was such a political organisation as the Maori Party, but it sounds like the Maori community is at loggerheads with the national-led government of John Key, calling the government or likening the government to a slum-landlord over the shocking condition that these state-owned homes that many Maori live in are finding themselves in.
Yeah, the Maori Party is a political force here, Dave. It really is one of the decider parties that pushes either party, either it be Labour or whether or not it would be National, over the line into becoming government. And its co-leader, as you were saying, she's Marama Fox. Now, she got stuck into the government yesterday. Remember that the Maori Party as a political party had actually propped up the National-led government here with a confidence and supply agreement. But Thursday, the co-leader, she said that until the government brings in its state housing stock up to livable standards, it is and I quote here, the biggest slum landlords of the country, end of quote. Now, recent study of state houses found that 95% of state houses in New Zealand would fail a warrant of fitness. Those findings, they back up news reports, Dave. You probably have, heard, I've said on your station a number of times about their trends and, the problems with state houses over here. Now, they found that there's surge in hospital admissions. There's news reports that are frequent here of respiratory diseases. They've driven even large hospitals like Auckland City Hospital to operate beyond capacity. Those links are back to the housing conditions. The reports are showing that a pattern has been in evidence where children, the elderly, living in state houses have fallen ill due to damp, drafty, mouldy, and then at times toxic living conditions. Now, last year, even the coroner found that the death of a young Auckland toddler, a little girl called Emma Lita Bourne, was, and the coroner here said, was entirely possible that the cold, damp state house where her family lived contributed to her death. So obviously this is a very serious problem. Even UNICEF's commentators here, a woman called Deborah Morris-Travers, very respected woman here. She was the youngest minister in the New Zealand government back when she was Minister of Youth Affairs, way back in the National Party, New Zealand First Party coalition back in the 90s. Now, she said yesterday that when housing is of such poor quality that it makes children sick, it breaches their right to the highest attainable standards in health, end of quote. Now, the Maori Party, it is right on this, and obviously things are not too sweet between the Maori Party and the Nationals at the moment, even though they're formally a government. But Marama Fox, she said, the standard of rental housing in this country is appalling, and our children are getting sick, and we cannot afford to let that happen.
And with the sub-zero temperatures that are commonplace in New Zealand, it sounds like a real worry.
So, meanwhile, there's been a complaint made about the standard of advertising, including ads for like so-called witch doctors and maybe even love doctors.
Yeah, that's true, Jane. Now, this is a very weird one, this one for sure. Apparently, witch doctors, in quotes there, healers and astrologers have been charging fortune seekers thousands of dollars for promises of prosperity and of assurances of fabulous love life, is what the advert's been saying. Now, it may surprise no one, really, that, nothing tangible has resulted from these promises, but it's big business, particularly down in the South and the East Auckland areas. And a former Fijian newspaper publisher, a guy called Ranjit Singh, he's had enough, and he's laid a formal complaint with the Advertising Standards Authority over the ads, placed in, and these are very, well-respected news outlets, Indian Newslink newspaper, and also Fairfax-owned Manukau Courier, and also APNA TV. Now, those are the culprits, according to Ranjit Singh. According to Mr. Singh, the adverts claim to provide long life protection, and Jane, even the solution to Lucky Lotto.
It spits out the numbers for you.
It certainly does, apparently, but obviously it's too good to be true.
It does sound too good to be true. Selwyn Manning, the editor of eveningreport.nz, always great to talk to you. Thanks.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, before we get to police media, Janie, I just had a look out the window, and it's happened all of a sudden. It is getting lighter so much earlier.
And look, Mark, you have got so tuned into the weather now. It's incredible.
Oh, yeah, he's really picked it up.
Because right at this moment, it is 6:41, and this is the very moment that the sun is rising at 6:41 today.
You can't really see it at the moment, though. It's pretty overcast.
Pretty drizzly across the hills.
Picked up on that as well.
And because we've